A cordial greeting. Today is Thursday, June 27, 2024. This is meteorologist Ruben Garcia. In this video, I would like to provide an update, particularly on Invest 95, because today we have better consensus among models that this could represent a serious threat to parts of the Caribbean early next week. Additionally, note that Invest 94 continues to generate strong areas of convection in the western Caribbean Sea. This rain could be affecting parts of eastern and northern Honduras today, and eventually moving over Belize and the Yucatan Peninsula. It is important for residents in this area to stay alert. Its development because we cannot rule out the formation of a tropical depression just east of the Yucatan Peninsula and Belize, or eventually in waters to the south of the Gulf of Mexico. For more details on this disturbance, I invite you to check out a video I recorded last night. But now let's focus specifically on Invest 95. It is a strong tropical wave located in the tropical Atlantic that continues to show signs of organization. In fact, this disturbance seems to be organizing faster than we had anticipated, which is extremely surprising given that we are in the month of June. This is definitely not typical and could be a prelude to a hyperactive season as we have forecasted over the past few months. At 2 a.m., the National Hurricane Center increased the probability of forming a tropical depression to 70% as it moves west-northwest. It is particularly important for residents of the Lesser Antilles to pay attention to its development, while the rest of the Caribbean should also stay alert even though there is still uncertainty about exactly where it will move in the Caribbean Sea. At least for now, we have a good consensus among models that Invest 95 will generally maintain a west-northwest trajectory and should reach the southern Lesser Antilles between Monday and Tuesday, then continue that trajectory over the Caribbean Sea. For now, it appears that it will pass about 300 miles south of Puerto Rico and about 300 kilometers south of the Dominican Republic. However, these projections are long-term, and it is important to continue monitoring its development. Also note that in the long term, it could represent a serious threat to Jamaica and Cuba. But again, there is a lot of uncertainty. We need to continue watching calmly over the weekend. Also note that most intensity models develop a hurricane between Sunday and Monday. In fact, some of them predict a Category 2 or Category 3 hurricane passing south of the Dominican Republic. This is precisely why we must be very attentive to the evolution of this system, as it could be a major threat to some region in the Caribbean in the long term. The reason it should maintain this southern trajectory is that the high pressure in the Atlantic will be quite strong over the next 7 days, which would help keep a westward trajectory. This is definitely not good news, as it would be reaching the Caribbean Sea and eventually affecting some land areas. The chances of it gaining more latitude at the moment are minimal because the high pressure will remain quite strong. However, it remains to be seen how far south it could pass from Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic. Let's look at the latest projections from the global models. Let's start with the projection of the American model, the GFS. On Monday afternoon, it has a Category 2 hurricane affecting the Lesser Antilles, especially the southern Lesser Antilles. Then it maintains a west-northwest trajectory, approaching dangerously close to the south of the Dominican Republic. Thus, we have seen a shift in trajectory slightly more to the north, which we will continue to monitor in the coming days. Also note that it could pose a threat to Haiti and eventually to Cuba and Jamaica. Additionally, the GFS model continues to project the formation of a second tropical storm, which we will also be monitoring over the weekend. Now, let's look at the projection of the European model. In this case, it is much less aggressive, with a tropical storm passing over the Lesser Antilles on Monday afternoon. Being a weaker system, it maintains a trajectory south of Puerto Rico, south of the Dominican Republic, and eventually reaching Central America. Thus, we can see a significant discrepancy between the two best models, indicating that there is a lot of uncertainty in the projections. Additionally, the European model does not develop the second tropical wave as the American model does. Again, I repeat, these projections will continue to change over the next few days. I ask for your patience. For now, the most imminent risk is for the Lesser Antilles, particularly for the central and southern Lesser Antilles. The uncertainty can also be seen in the ensemble members of the GFS model. Note that there is a wide dispersion in the different possible scenarios, from a trajectory passing quite far south of Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic, while some members have a much closer trajectory to these islands. It is also worth mentioning that all GFS members keep it as a tropical storm, so it remains to be seen if the forecast of it reaching the Caribbean as a hurricane will indeed come true. Looking at the ensemble members of the European model, they show even more uncertainty both in trajectory and intensity. While some members have a trajectory completely to the west, passing very far from Puerto Rico and the Dominican Republic, others have a stronger disturbance with a more west-northwest trajectory passing near the Dominican Republic. Remember, since we still do not have a tropical depression, there is a lot of uncertainty. I can tell you that in terms of probability, the ensemble members of different models, including the European, UK, American, and Canadian models, agree that the islands south of the Lesser Antilles are at the greatest risk at this time. At least this morning, Thursday, it appears that the highest probabilities are that it will pass south of Puerto Rico and south of the Dominican Republic. We still do not know in which area of the Western Caribbean Sea it could be passing. Residents of the southern Lesser Antilles should start considering that a tropical cyclone could affect them early next week. For the rest of the Caribbean, including Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, Haiti, Jamaica, and Central America, continue to stay alert to changes in the projections. Well, with this, I say goodbye, but not without inviting you to subscribe to the YouTube channel so you do not miss any of the videos I record. Go to the bottom of the video to the red button that says subscribe, click on it, and then click on the bell so you receive notifications when I record new videos. I will record a new update this afternoon to see what changes occurred in the model runs during the afternoon, and analyze the National Hurricane Center's tropical outlook. Until the next video,